these colleagues who put in most of the actual work. So here's 7 years in 7 minutes. The Bangalore International Center is a non-profit public institution funded by donations from members and private individuals. Since starting in 2005, the BIC has hosted some 800 events, all of them free and open to everybody. And this public, accessible nature of the BIC has informed our proposal fundamentally. In 2012, the BIC invited proposals to an open competition for this new facility on a 2,000 square meter civic amenities site in Bangalore. Central to our winning's team was a public space elevated to the second floor and visible from the street, announcing the agenda of the BIC to be a democratic institution where public participation was its core concern. Or, as one astute BIC member observed, the Starship Enterprise had landed in Lumlur. Then the site profile changed, getting narrower, and we lost a floor. And yes, that wonderful public room on the second floor and the amphitheatre, both central ideas, were both gone. We were now thinking of an envelope with the public spaces spread out within this. The various program components stacked up on 3 floors around a small central lobby. The diagram on the left shows this loose arrangement of program and meandering circulation enclosed within a metal frame. And the diagram on the right shows the shifting of the primary entrance to the southeast corner, and this opened up a long promenade within the building to access all the program components and is a trace of that original idea of a prominent public space finding architectural expression, now on multiple levels, all visually connected. This free, unlabeled space was to accommodate all kinds of activities, from art exhibitions to small performances and workshops. The BIC sits in a low-rise residential neighborhood with a large public park on the south, a stormwater drain along one edge, and army lands on the north and west. The primary access is from the south, and the long elevation of the building is always seen obliquely from this end. A concrete frame runs along this eastern facade, establishing a vertical datum in contrast to the varying scales and character of the neighboring residential buildings. This austere facade is then enriched and its cadence affected by the variations in material expression and spatial composition as programmed from within encounters it, resulting in a facade that operates differently based on the distance from which it is perceived. Along the east-west axis of the building, one encounters multiple layers of different materials, contrasting levels of porosity and varying scales. On the ground floor, there is a cafe on the bottom left, and the main entrance to the auditorium on the top, and in the center is the kitchen which serves the cafe and a pantry open to the lobby and shared space. The brick wall, encountered head-on when one enters, is a dramatic contrast to the glazed outer enclosure. Archaic, seemingly here before everything else, the sweep of it a forceful counterpoint to the ordered grid of the rest of the structure. There is a restaurant on the left on the ground floor and the oculus connecting this level to the next and marking the entrance to the auditorium. The 190-seat auditorium is the heart of the BIC. The richly articulated inner plywood shells are inflected to perform acoustically, making this a natural sound box. Scale then, so here are some pictures of the auditorium. Scale then is the first principle, and to achieve both appropriate scale of a civic institution and sensitively address the small-scale residential character of this context. Also important is the quality and variety of scale within the building, offering both places for large congregations and intimate rendezvous. The first floor has 2 seminar rooms on the bottom left and with an acoustical partition, access to the upper levels of the auditorium and a pantry service from the kitchen door by a service elevator in the center. There are generous public spaces on the first floor too, visually connected to the other floors. The wide opening on the south brings in prevailing breezes across a water body and through the cascading north-south section, and louvers are provided on the uppermost part of the glazing to allow hot air to escape and induce the circulation of air through the building. Volumes and objects, the brick wall, the oculus, the stair, and the bamboo lanterns as counterpoints to structure. Here are the seminar rooms with the operable partitions in the middle. On the second floor, there is an art gallery on the bottom right, a boardroom on the left, the BIC admin and director's office in the middle, and a library on the top, which opens out onto a terrace on the eastern side. The cascading section now seen from above, participatory space and the sense of the community. The art gallery here showing Studio Maid's recent exhibition, and the library amongst the canopy of large rain trees of the neighboring army lands opening up onto a shaded terrace on the east. Composition is the next principle. Given the mixed-use program, we've tried to use structure and the scale of common space to suggest movement, pause, and to help locate the various program components within. The amphitheatre and party terrace and solar roof on the roof, which is generating around 28 kilowatts of electricity, all of the building's lighting load. The east-west section of the building clearly shows the ideas of served and service space, with deeper porche accommodating two-stage cooling air supply, and the main program areas on either side with taller ceilings. The cascading north-south section connections all the way up to the sky, and the northern end of the section now showing the richly articulated internal volume of the auditorium and the library terrace above. The section of the original competition scheme on the top shows the public plinth in a gold line weight on the second floor as an extension of the municipal park. And the as-built section now shows this public realm now on multiple levels and visually connected across the floors. And here are the public spaces again, shared common ground as signifier of publicness. Nature, as Kant talked about it, is our third principle. How does publicness find architectural expression? And here's finally a note on collaboration. When someone asked the artist Cyrus Kaviru what his glasses were for, he said they weren't for seeing better, but for seeing differently. A work of architecture requires the coming together of these different points of view. It is a conversation fraught with the risk of compromise and corruption, but sometimes also of opportunity and inspiration. It depends on the glasses we're wearing. Our wonderful colleagues, there's Harriet and Anna and Harshit, who worked on this over the past 4 years. And as Scott Williams and Billy Chen say, this work comes from two voices and many voices. Thank you.
Good morning. I hold an observation of questions. Observation is that the original sketches and the conceptual drawing which I have put together, it should be changed or appear to change considerably during execution. I think the quality of lightness has reduced considerably during execution. That's the observation that.
Yes, I think in many ways the project, of course, is fundamentally different from the competition scheme. But I think that's the richness of this project, that I can't claim sole authorship of the end result, and it is the result of these conversations that one has with the client over a long period of time. And so at the end of the day, you see this project really as a result of those conversations and not as a solitary, master architect making that wonderful sketch and then having, that thing built. And yeah, that's right.
You express a will of fluidity in your presentation and in your architecture, which is very sincere. And then I would like to ask the reason you chose to make a grid in the facade, which is something a little bit else, different way to express the facade.
Yes.
Why did you choose that choice?
Well, the facade in a way is talking about a sort of system, a sort of frame, and it is in a way a counterpoint to the randomness of the city. This is the way we were thinking about it. And then after setting up the facade, I thought it would be nice for the facade to also then start getting corrupted and changed and altered because of the program that was behind it. And so, in a way, the facade stands for that that difficulty in which we operate in the city. How does a building of this public nature sit in the city without being overwhelming, accommodating the city, offering a counterpoint, and still also getting changed and muddled in its expression because of the city. So the frame is kind of a diagram of that conversation that the building is having with the city.
That actually sounds to me like a very nice postscript to what you have done.
Right.
But I also, the issue in my head was also, and there seems to be no reflection of the internal fluidity and the language of the exterior. In fact, to an extent, the first competition project did have the fluidity. At the ground level, there was the flow, and which actually made it flow publicly.
Right.
So somehow, as you said, it's been lost in the bargain by execution. But the external facades industry are to a rigid framework to express the fluidity of the photograph.
I take that criticism. Thank you for the comments.
You have a feeling.
Well, I've already answered ma'am about that. But
No,
yeah,
that's an explanation as to how you conceptually react to the city,
Right.
chaos in the city, which is not reflected in the building in any form.
right,
So to take it as a complete whole artifact,
right.
one needs to find holiness within it, not only in its reference, abstract reference to
Right.
chaos in the city.
Well, the really interesting thing for me about the project is actually the life of the project within that frame. So the frame or the box in which the life of this building exists, the auditorium and all of these public spaces that are stretched out across that section. Once you cross that frame and are within this building, you are suddenly part of a world that you have not anticipated. This public realm that was part of the competition scheme is now something that you discover as you transfer through that portal and into this space.
Try to explain that.
Yes.
Now you have an amalgamated the public realm into the
Yes.
experience.
Yes, yes.
That's
Well, we'll discuss later. Thank you. Thanks a lot.